Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. I am Anita and this is Sewing Yogi, and welcome to Friday Sews. Here again, Friday Sews. So you may notice I am wearing my finished spring dress. I love it. Sorry about that, my dad just called. Just right as I was just about to start the old Friday Sews, Dad calls me. Right then. So yeah, I've got my spring dress on. Absolutely love it. It's just amazing. I really love the fit. It's fantastic on the top of my shoulders, where I said in my last vlog I was going to try and did I in my last vlog? Or it might have been the previous vlog to the last vlog. I was going to grade from a 6 and then grade in between an 8 and a 10, which has worked perfectly. I'm so pleased I chose to go with a 6 on my shoulders because it fits exactly where I want it to be on the shoulder seam. And you can have this with a tie closed, or you can have the tie open, and I think it looks okay. It doesn't reveal too much on the old opening, and the chest area, it's still quite baggy, so I probably could have done with an 8 on the chest area, but I think it's fine. And then again, it's just graded to an 8 and a 10 just for the waist, and again it's quite roomy here, you'll see, but I think it looks okay. So I'll try and stand back and see if you can see the whole thing, but I will put some pictures in of me wearing it in the garden in the sunshine. So you may be able to see the dress in its entirety, and it sits just above my knee, and I have not taken any of that length off that at all. So I think that if you're a tall person, then this will probably come up quite short for you. I am 5'2", so for me this is perfect. I was really pleased that I didn't have to alter this at all. Yeah, and it's just really floaty, really lovely. Sorry about that, Dad called again. Second call of the day. Okay, back to the dress. So yeah, and can't remember where I was now. The sleeves I've left exactly the same. I've not touched them, and I quite like the length of those. And the bust darts, not moved those at all, so they're just where they are in the pattern and they fit perfectly. I've not made any adjustments to the waist seam. That's exactly where it's supposed to be. I think it's meant to sit a little bit higher than your waist anyway, so you know, I'm happy with where that is. And yeah, overall I absolutely love it. I think it's so nice for spring. I did have a little wander around in it in the garden earlier, and although it's really sunny here, it's not particularly warm. So here is the packet, just in case you didn't see the previous vlog that I did. This is the spring dress, and you can see you can have 2 sleeve lengths here. You can have the shorter one, which is one I've got, which mine sit a little bit longer than they do on the model here, or you can have a longer sleeve length. And you can see actually it's just probably just above her knee on the model in this picture. However, if the length of the skirt pieces look a lot longer than when I made it. I think they're quite short. And the bottom panel I found wasn't very pleated, so it doesn't seem to have very many gathers in it, and I practically had to almost straighten it out to a degree. I mean, there's a few tiny little gathers, but there weren't very many gathers in the bottom tier, so I don't know whether I cut the wrong size, or that's just the way it's meant to be. So I think I might cut it slightly larger next time, so that I've got a few more gathers in there. And then the other issue I had was the neck bind. So the neck binding. I can't talk today. What's the matter with me? So start again. The neck binding. Now, the piece that they give you for the neck binding is literally this big. So that's the piece there, and you have to cut 4 of them so you can have enough to go all the way around and then create your ties. However, I cut this and then I put it in the neckline, and it tells you to place the right side of the neck binding against the wrong side of the neckline. And I have done this before on another garment, I can't remember which one it was now, another dress, where you then stitch it in on the first groove that you've created. And on this one, it tells you to fold it in by 1 centimetre on one side and then 1 centimetre in on the other side. Now, the width of this is only 3 centimetres. So you've actually got one overlapping the other. Now, normally on any sort of binding that you do, you fold it in half first and then you turn one edge into that fold mark, and then you do the same with the other side. So you take one part and you fold it in one edge and you fold it into the centre to create your little folds. So you have almost like a little envelope effect, whereas this was just actually folding over on top of each other. And I actually stitched it into the neck. And then I tried to then fold it. It tells you to fold it over. But there weren't enough fabric to fold it over, if that makes sense. It had a raw edge. So then when you got to this point here where you have to fold it in on itself to create your tie, there was a raw edge. And then, so I thought, well, if I try and then tuck it in a little bit more to get that raw edge away, the tie would have been so thin, and then literally it was impossible to get that to fold on the neckline. I don't know if you can see that on the neck there. It was really, really, really thin, and it didn't work. So I was like, oh no, I messed it up. So this bit got binned. I was just like, oh. Luckily, the amazing Sam from Frugalissima had just done a tutorial of how to make bias binding out of a small square of fabric, which was amazing. So I watched that video that she did, and she did hers out of an 8, I think it was a 8-inch, or was it a 10-inch? Either a 10-inch or an 8-inch square. I think it was 10 inches, and I did mine out of 8 inches. So I did one. I had a good little practice of just making an 8-inch one, but I wanted mine to be a little bit more longer. So, and I wanted it to be thicker. I wanted mine to be at least 1.5 inches. So I had enough to do the nice, size of a tie, really. So I did an 8.5 inch square, and followed the tutorial that Sam from Frugalissima did, and I must admit it was a little bit head scratching a few times. I think I was just really tired and I couldn't get my head around it, but I just kept watching it and kept looking at it, and eventually it worked itself out in my head, and I got it eventually. So I don't think it was anything to do with Sam's tutorial, it was just me, my stupid mind was not working. So yeah, I was so grateful for that. I thought the universe has heard my cries, this problem with this neckline, and Sam just happened to put that up. So I followed that, got the bias binding, a lovely long strip of bias binding just out of a small square, which is fantastic. I'm going to use that probably from now on, to be honest, because it saves waste. It's so wasteful, I think, making your own bias binding. So yeah, I thought it was fabulous. Did that anyway, and then created my new bias binding. So with the old bias binding, I had already stitched it in and then just trimmed my seam allowance down, because that's what it told you to do in the instructions. I was so frustrated. So I didn't want to have to remove the one I'd already done, because I would have lost my stitching line of where I needed to stitch, because obviously I'd cut off my seam allowance. So anyway, I just literally trimmed it off as close to stitching as I could, and then put in my new one over the top. And luckily, because this is viscose, it wasn't too bulky and it went in fine. So yeah, if you make this dress, just be aware of that piece of paper that they give you, that stupid amount is rubbish. Bin it off, do your own version. And apart from that, I've not made any other adjustments. Like I said, if you're tall, I would suggest maybe you need to lengthen the skirts pieces. I'm 5'2", and it fits just above my knee. So if you're taller, definitely add some more length. But yeah, that's my spring dress, done and dusted. So my next make that I've made this week is my dad's t-shirt. Now I haven't finished it completely. I still need to do the arms, and I still need to, hem the arms and then hem the bottom. But I have basted in my neck band just to check that the sizing was okay, because this fabric is so soft and so drapey. And in actual fact, I really like the fabric. It's really beautiful fabric. I think I was having a bit of a moan about it last week. So it's not the right t-shirt fabric, but I think if you were to make a t-shirt out of it for, you know, a bit more of a sort of drapey style t-shirt, if that makes sense. There are some t-shirts that are more drapey than others. Then it would work beautifully, I think. So I'm going to give this to my dad anyway. And, you know, I thought it's actually quite nice. I quite like it. Now, my pattern matching's not the best, I must admit. I was just really frustrated with this. I couldn't seem to get my stripes to match. So they do on certain parts, and then it just loses it after a while. But I don't think you can ever get those. I've never worked that out, whether you can actually ever get them to match completely on the arm and on the arms. I can't talk today. That's what's the matter with me. I can't talk every week. What am I talking about? I can't talk every week. So I can't get these to match, but you know, that's fine. My side seams are matching beautifully. That's okay. They will do. My dad's not really going to notice. He's not going to know anything about pattern matching. He's just going to be chuffed. There's a little pocket. Now you can't see the pocket. It's invisible because I've matched up the stripes, but there is a little pocket there. It's just purely for show. You would never want to put anything in it. It would just, you know, make it all sag. But yeah, and I think it's quite nice. I think he's going to like that. And like I say, I'm going to say to Dad, if you think it's too big, then let me know. So yeah, and I think it's a really nice t-shirt. It's a simple t-shirt. What can I say? It's a t-shirt, isn't it? It's, you know, and if I didn't mention, this is the Evergreen t-shirt by Green Style Creations, and it was free if you use their code. So there's a code on their Facebook page or their Instagram page which tells you can get this for free. You put the code in, and normally I think it's $10, so you get it for completely free. I thought it was really good. So that's what else I've got made this week. Also, I bought the new Love Sewing magazine. I'm really into buying these magazines at the moment, just because of some free patterns. And again, I'm a bit addicted to the free patterns. So there is a lovely pattern with the Love Sewing magazine this time, which is a Butterick 6727. And it's a lovely button-down dress. I thought it was really cute. I quite like this style. And I saw quite a few dresses like this last summer, and actually probably the previous summer. And I couldn't find a pattern at all for this style where you have a kind of asymmetric button placket going down. Now it's a little bit similar to a wrap dress, but done with buttons. So I thought that was lovely. I thought, yeah, for the summer, I'm going to probably make one without the sleeves, I think, probably. Yeah, I'm not sure about doing the shorter sleeve. I think I'll probably make it sleeveless, if you can see that properly. The light's shining on that. But yeah, it's great pattern. And then another free pattern is a thread count pattern. And it's a summer tunic, so it's 3-in-1. It's saying summer tunic pattern. And I think the idea is this is good for if you're going on holiday. It's probably not likely. But you might be going on holiday in this country, you might be going in the UK, or wherever you may be living, you may be going on holiday. And I think it's a throw-on kind of easy dress or top. It's a top or dress, and you can either use it over your swimsuit, or you can dress it up with accessories, etc. And at first when I saw it, I was like, it's all right. But actually, I think I probably would make one of those because in the summertime, it's been a really nice hot summer day. I like to, you know, have a bath or shower, whatever, get nice and clean and fresh, and put something nice and loose on. Instead of putting on loungewear, I do actually prefer to put on something that's similar to this, so it feels a little bit more, you know, a bit more summery. That makes sense. I know what I'm talking about. So yeah, I thought that was quite again a nice free pattern. So yeah, there's that's free with Love Sewing magazine right now. And I forgot to mention, I was going to make another spring dress out of different fabric. This was actually my sort of wearable twirl. And I didn't actually show you the fabric that I was going to make the posh one out of. And I say posh, it's not really going to be posh. It's just fabric that I really liked. And I didn't really want to cut into it, just in case. Now this is all creased because it's just been washed. But again, it's a ditzy print. And it's not really coming up of the same colour, really. Yeah, it's a little bit more, I'd say it's more pinky in colour. There are blue flowers on it, there's pink flowers on it, and sort of, what colour would that be? Ochre colour flowers. So yeah, actually, no, if I put it closely, you probably can see. Yeah. And I really liked this. And again, you know, it's me, it's very me, it's ditzy print, it's floral. It may not be to everybody's taste, but I thought it would look really nice in this particular dress. So yeah, I'm gonna cut that out and get that another one of these made. Because I've done one now, it's really quick, quite a quick sew, I thought. I'll get that done with that fabric. I haven't made any start on the shirt or the sage blouse that I mentioned last time. If you watched my last vlog last week, you will know that I had my COVID vaccine on Saturday, and I've got to be honest, it wiped me out completely. So I thought I was fine on the Saturday. I had the jab. I was like, oh, this is good. I feel fine. I don't feel any symptoms at all. Went to bed, then woke up really early Sunday morning, hot sweats. I was just sweating like crazy, boiling hot. I felt like I was on fire, in fact. And then a really, mild headache, but it was my legs. My legs ached like crazy, like I'd just done a marathon or something. I've no idea. But yeah, my legs were really, really, really bad. And I just took some ibuprofen and I felt fine. And they do tell you to take paracetamol after you've had your jab, but I'm allergic to that, so I couldn't have that. Ibuprofen did me fine. Then for the next couple of days, my arm was absolute agony. Now, I'm not trying to put you off having this, because I think I've spoke to so many people and they were like, I didn't have any symptoms. It was just me. So I think it must have just been a fluke. I think it was obviously just me. But anyway, my arm, so painful. I tried to do, well, on the Monday, I went for a run. I only did about a 6-mile run. But I think I may have pushed it a little bit too much, because then I tried to do an Ashtanga yoga class, which was not happening. My arm was like, no to the chaturanga. No, the chaturanga is not happening. So I didn't do it. I didn't do anything Tuesday or Wednesday because I was so wiped out. And even up to yesterday, I felt really, really tired. So yeah, I think it's one of those things. Some people are fine, and others have a few symptoms. But it was bearable, it was manageable, it wasn't really awful. I would have much preferred to have the jab than risk catching anything. So yeah, and apart from that now, what else have I got to talk about? I don't think I've got anything else to talk about. I think this week has just been I've been a bit sort of dazed. I think that's the word, dazed and traumatized. Not really. I was fine. I lied. I had something else to talk about. So if you remember my Jolanda top that I made a couple of weeks ago, I've had an epiphany. So I said, I think a few times that I may try and adjust it. And then I think I'd commented or responded to a lady that messaged me where I said I was going to sew down the side seams. And I've done that. I've just literally sewn down the side seams, cinched it in very slightly. So I've just curved it in very slightly. You can't go too deeply into a curve with this because of the way the bottom sits. However, I found I had some nice sparkly belts in my wardrobe the other day, and I just happened to put one on and thought, oh, bingo, it looks good with a belt. So I'll stand back so you can see me with the belt on. So here it is with a belt. Now I think that it looks a lot nicer with a belt on, and this is just a sparkly belt that I found. And I think from cinching it in, it may look a little better. This belt is actually a little bit big. I need to put another hole into it because it's a little bit too big for it. But I thought What do you think? Does that work? Do you think that I can go out in this with a belt on and it would look okay? Maybe if I'm sitting having a drink in a pub? Maybe, I don't know. Yeah, I just thought it worked better, and I felt like it was more wearable for me with a little belt on it. But like I said, with the way that it's finished at the bottom, I couldn't really stitch it in very closely on the bottom. But yeah, I just thought with belt maybe it would work. And then if I pull my sleeves up a little bit as well, I found that if I pull the sleeves up a little bit, that it kind of it felt more me. So yeah. So yeah, let me know what you think of that. You might think it looks awful. It might be in my head they're thinking, oh, this looks really cool. But you're thinking, oh no, put it down, put the belt down, leave the belt. So yeah, let me know what you think. So that's it for today. That's all my Friday Sews chat. I hope you enjoyed what you saw today, and leave me a comment. Please like if you liked the video. And of course, as always, thank you to everybody who has subscribed to my channel. I am so amazed, and I'm just chuffed to bits, to be honest. I'm absolutely amazed. Thank you for subscribing, and if you haven't subscribed, then please do. If you want to see more of my videos, my vlogs, please hit the subscribe button and also the little bell, which gives you notifications of when the new vlogs are put up. So yeah, thanks so much for watching today. Have a great weekend, and I shall see you next week. And I'm getting my hair cut. Just remember to get my hair cut tomorrow. Can't believe it, after I think it's 5 months of not having a haircut. And to be honest, I don't really have much done to my hair because it's just long, but it'll probably just be my new layers and some off the length because it's really super long at the moment. Super long. So yeah, I'll probably just have a little snip. But yeah, shall see you next week. Have a fabulous day. Take care. Love and light as always. Bye.